Hi, this is a shuffle game created in Excel using VBA programming language. So what I will do next is let me play the game so that you guys see how it works. We'll start by clicking on start game, and here are my pictures that I have to put together so that it looks something like this, exactly like that. So start by just clicking. Okay, so the whole idea is for you guys to understand how to put together this kind of game in Microsoft Excel. And if you're still having a problem, you can always view the room in a large format just to see how it looks like and start again. Okay, so what I will do next is just take you guys straight into Excel development environment so that you see how I've put together this program. So let's go back into Excel now. I'll start by clicking on my developer menu right up there and select Visual Basic, select Insert right there, and then click on User Form. Now let's set the property of this user form to whatever you want, but I'll be setting mine to 564 for the height by 964, so the width will be 964 there. The next thing I'll do now is to get my image object right there, and I intend to set the width of that image to 183 by 106. Yeah, so let me copy 16 in totals, 18 of those. So let's copy. I'm gonna need 18 of this. Okay, so as soon as I finish, maybe I'll just speed it up and get back to you guys. The image boxes are ready, so the next thing I'll do now is double click on the form and change the event to initialize and enter the following lines of code. Image1 dot picture equals load picture. That's one of the methods to load the picture within my system. So let me show you where my images are. I'm right here in Flash. That's my image which I already have. In fact, I already have this very image on YouTube. That's the image I intend to use. I've saved it into my system. I then cut it up using Photoshop. Okay, you guys should be able to do that, so I won't be going into that. Close that. I've already saved it, so I don't need this anymore, so that's fine. And right here, right in here are the images cut up to size. This is the main image itself. If I open that, you can see that that's the main one, and right here are the ones that I've cut up to the size I wanted. So I will now right click on this very one, get the property, and here is the directory of the very image. So I'll copy all of that, right click, copy. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Come right in here and just paste it there. So the very first image is \home _01 .gif. That's the very first image I intend to use. That should be a 0 there. So if I decide to run this very image now, let's see. Okay, the speech mark is missing, so let's go back and get that sorted. Right here, enter speech mark there and close it right here. So let's give it a try one more time. That's it right there. See the image? So I will repeat exactly the same thing for the rest images, so I might as well copy it. Just copy. Sorry about that. Just paste it there. So I will now speed this up and just get back to you guys. Okay, I have 18 of those there, all in the same image object. So what I will do next is just change the numbers. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll speed that up as well. And right there, so just to show you what I've done so far, I've not changed the image that I've used yet. If I run this, you see I've inserted all of the same type of image. Okay, so let's go back. So I will now change this to the image number. So just before I start changing, let me show you, those are the image. You can see the numbers. So I'll now change the directory to that very image number. So I'm just gonna speed this up and get back to you guys. Okay, now that I've finished correcting the directory of where all the images are, I will run the program so that you guys see how it looks like. This is how it looks. I purposely left this place white because I will need to be able to shift each of the image. Okay, so this very one, I'll use one of these to cover up this very image, and I use a button to open it up. Why this very one would just be the sample that you guys will use as a guide. So let's do that now. This very one image, let's get image 17 and use it to cover the rest of the images right there. There, just cover it all up, and that's fine. Why image 18, that is right here, let's use that as a guide right there. And let's get maybe 2 buttons. Come up here, get a button, just paste that right there. You can copy it across to make life easy. Another one up here, and just drag this to cover that edge, and that'll be all for the main design. Okay, now let's write 1 or 2 lines of code. So this is image, alright, that is image 17. So double click on this very button right there and just say image 17 dot visible equals false. There. Why image 18 we always makes it visible again? Why button 18 we always makes it visible again? So let's come back in here, double click on this very button right there. As button 2 actually will make it visible equals true. So if I run the program now, that will make it visible, that this makes it invisible. Can you see that? Visible, invisible. So we can then do whatever we like. And here we now need to stretch this so that the whole image, this very image, will show up here. Okay, let's come back in here, select that, go to the property right there and look for where it says, I think is this very one here. Let's see, yeah, that is picture size mode. Change it to stretch, and that is that. So let's run it and see how it looks like. Okay, yeah, that's it. Can you guys see that now? So let's change the font size of these 2 buttons before we start serious coding. So the font size of both buttons, and change the font the text content or the caption content. View, will be view, home, and this will be start game. And now let's change both fonts, this and that. Change the font to about 36, the font size to about 36, large, right there. That's good. And the background color, let's change the background color to maybe something black. Yeah, why not black for now? Okay, there, that's how it's looking right now. So let's start with the coding for. Okay, before I start, let me shuffle these images around. So the first thing I'll do now is change that to 11, image 11, and we'll change this to image 12. Let's leave 3, and this one become 14, image 15, 6, okay, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's go for 1 here, and this one becomes 2, this becomes 13, this will be, let's make that 4 here, make this 5, and 16 is right there. Let me just shuffle this around as well. Change this to maybe 8, and this becomes 7 or 6, 7. So if I run this very game now, you can see the images are has now been moved around. Okay, we can view it, start it. Okay, let's go back and continue with the coding. So I will now double click on, or maybe might as well just come up here, select image 1 there, right there. With image 1 procedural area selected, all I need to say is image, that will be image 2 dot back color. Let's change that to gray, I think. Let's see the color. Let's check out the color for, yeah, there we go. That's the color for the image object. I'm going to copy that very color right there. Copy that. And I also need the white color as well. Okay, let's go back into the coding area. So that is not the color I want. This color I'll be using it. But for the white color, that'll be F's. And 6 F's, I suppose. So that should be 6 F's. So that's fine now. Okay. So I have my 6 F's there. So that should become, if this background, yeah, that should be if background equals white, then image 2 itself, image 2 dot picture equals image 1 dot picture, right? Then image 2 background equals this very color right there. And image 1 dot picture equals load picture in this very directory. So I'm just gonna copy that directory, copy this very one. Yeah, that's copied. Come up here and just paste it right there. And then image 1 dot back color equals white. This very white color right there. Copy that and paste it there. And if that is the very first line of code, so which means if you guys take a good look at it, this very image 1 right here can only move to side 2 and also move to side 5. So you see this is image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Now let's continue with our lines of codes. So what I'll do next is just copy these, copy all of that, and that is for picture 2, and this one will become picture 5 or image 5. 1, that's 5 there. So the very first line of codes is sorted. So I will now repeat exactly the same method of coding for image 2. I've copied this, so click on that and scroll up, go to image number 2. Okay, with image number 2 we have picture box 1, image 3 and 6. So I'm going to paste the very first one right here and change this to 1 1 1 1, and this one becomes image 2, and this becomes image 2. There, done. So I will now copy this and use that for image 3. So I'll just change this to 3 1, that's 3, sorry. And we also have image number 5, paste image 6, so that becomes 6 6 and 6. Okay, now that you guys have got the idea, so I've just speed this up, or maybe let me just do one more for image 3. Let's do one more for image 3. With image 3 we should be able to move image 2, move to the side of image 2, so change all of these to 2, and this one becomes 3, and this becomes 3 as well. So we can move to image 2, and we can also move to towards image number 4. We should be able to display image 4, and that is 3, that's correct. And we can also move towards the direction of image 7 there. So that is sorted. I believe you guys now understand the whole idea. So I will now speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, now that I've finished the coding, I just want to show it to you guys. This is the very first image right there. Okay, we have image 2 here, image 3, 4, 5, 6, we then have 7, 8, 9, 10, image 11, image 12, image 13, 14, 15 and 16, and the initialized code. But we have a problem. If I run it, it's not going to work. You see that, guys? Nothing is happening. The reason behind that is because I've specified the background color for all these images as follows. So I will start by changing the background color. Let's start by changing that of image 1. Let me just copy this. Let's say image 1, copy background color. Let's initialize it as that is image 1. Let's move this down so that you guys can see it. Okay, that's image 1 right there. So I'm just going to speed that up, and this will be 2, 3. Okay, so let's change that to 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will speed that up and get back to you guys. There, those are the background color for image 1 to 15. But for image 16, the background color of image 16 is white. So I'm just going to copy that and change this to all white. Yep, 6 of those make a white, so that's fine. So that is fine. Let's change this to 16. So that's image 16. So All that is left for us to do now is to run this very program. Let's give it a try. Start, and yeah, it's working as expected, so that's good. So all I need to do now is just to see if I can put this together. I don't think so, so maybe you guys will be able to do that. So all I just want to do is to show you how to do it, so you try to put it together yourself. And with that, I'm going to say you all have a nice day. And before I leave, I'll just show you guys the codes one more time. Let's show you the codes one more time. Okay, let's come in here. These are the lines of code from here, up here, down here. Is just to initialize it. You know, something is missing. Let's go. Yeah, there they are. Turn it up. Yeah, and bring the other ones up as well. There. That's it. Okay, that is the initialization codes for the very first line of codes. And the other lines of codes, yeah, they are 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. We have the 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. As you can see, they are all the same lines of codes, no different. So with that, I'll just call it bye for now, but just before then, let's run it again. And that's it, guys. That is how you create or you develop your own shuffle game using Excel VBA. So I'm just going to call it bye for now, and you all have a nice day.